Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Got a few new subscribers this week, which is amazing. And something that came off the back of that was that the guys that I store my Karmann gear with got in touch with me, said they really loved what I was doing on the channel and they wanted to help with the GT6 because it's just under a cover there, and it's been yeah, it's been its first winter outside since I've had it. It's always been in the office. Go back and have a look at those videos if you haven't, from when I picked the car up and what I've been doing with that. But the Walkers, the lovely Walkers, have offered me a space for the GT6 in their storage unit that also has a two-post ramp that we can use as well. And today, because the sun is shining here in Dunoon for the first time, I'm going to pull that cover off, see how the GT6 has fared over the winter time, go and get the trailer that I've been lent by those that lovely family as well, get that hooked up and go and get it put somewhere where we can work on it for when this weather inevitably changes. So today, little video on the GT6. Let's get that top off the car and see how it's fared over the winter. So now that that cover's off, having a little look at the engine bay, it's definitely rescuable, but always a bit gutting when you've done work on a car and had to leave it outside because you're out of room. Yeah, 10 cars at the moment, and this one has been left to the bottom of the pile, and it definitely deserves more love than it's had. Let's have a little look at that engine bay and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see all this white that's come back on these new parts. That's all got to be fixed up. This was one of the few parts I didn't fix. Coming around the back of the bay, all of these, they've kind of just got a bit of tarnish on them. And then the actual block as well. There's a new Phoenix, I think it's a Phoenix exhaust that's on there. All the top of the engine block was repainted, powder coated as well. All these parts are powder coated. The suspension was powder coated. So yeah, tiny bit of rust, but luckily one thing I did do, all of the chassis was under sealed before I pulled it out here. But you know, even that aluminium radiator, which I have to say I don't feel like it's doing the best job in the world, has got a little bit of spotting on it. So we will get all of this cleaned up and looking good as new again. What can we tow with? Definitely not that. No tow bar but borrowing. No tow bar. Ordered the tow bar, not fitted yet, for another video. And I think this little beauty, YH53, which was originally my double cab, should have yep, one tow bar. Although I'm also replacing the headliner in here, so it's a bit of a state, but that'll be another video. So here's the little trailer we can use. Got the box full of like hopefully the wheel straps are in there, but it's a proper little old school trailer and it will be absolutely perfect for shifting the GT6. Interestingly, at the moment, and I don't know if it will change, I'm sure it will do, is you can now drive without a trailer license depending on the year that you passed your test, which was something I was going to have to do, but now I don't need to. And that's not to say I haven't spent quite a bit of time making sure everything's safe when I tow, because I've towed the Land Rovers, the Karmann gear, loads of vehicles. Reversing trailers is definitely something I'm not very good at, so trailer off, push it by hand. GT6 is over there, so I think we might even push it out a bit. Then we'll get that Land Rover hooked back up, The trailer's got a winch on it, a hand winch, but that should be absolutely fine, so we can do that. It sounds simple, right? Let's see if it is. When I got the GT6, like a lot of people, I guess I was super enthused about taking on a project that needed a lot of work, and like a lot of people, I had no real idea of just how much work would be involved in getting this car on the road. That first 6-7 months that I had it, I would absolutely say I hyper-focused on the car, stripping the engine block back and fitting all the new auxiliaries, getting the wheels repainted, the new tyres, the Dunlop stickers, and then it started to kind of stagnate. The good news is that the car really is a unicorn. It's got 24,000 miles on it, and as well as that, the underneath the car is super solid. Moving forwards, we need to get the electrics finished, and there has been a problem with the engine overheating, which we'll also focus on. Yeah, one reason I end up not making as many videos over the last few years is because I have to do most things by myself, which I've got no issues with, but when you're trying to run two businesses at the same time as make content, it does get a little bit spicy sometimes. But you know what? None of these cars are worth anything. Oh, hey, buddy. They're not worth anything if you don't keep them maintained, even not just like on the road, but just maintained, you know? Like, this needs to really get inside. Worst case scenario, and it's not going to happen, is if I can't get this done before this summer, at least it's somewhere safe. God damn it, that's a beautiful looking car, isn't it? What's your favourite in my collection? Drop me some comments, let me know what you want to see on the channel. I'm definitely going to start pushing more out, you might have noticed already, but this thing, straight 6, needs to be back on the road. The Triumph GT6 was originally introduced in 1966 and quickly became coined the poor man's E-Type. Now I absolutely love an E-Type, and one day, maybe, if this channel gets popular enough, I will definitely get one to do up. However, the GT6 was designed by Michelotti, and if you have a look at the Ferraris that he was doing at the time, you can very quickly start to see some of that style seeping through in this beautiful British sports car. So we are up. There's always a small part of me that kind of wishes that the trailer license had carried on, because it's such a dangerous thing to drive around with, especially over distance if you don't know what you're doing. And if any of you can offer me some training or tips or anything else with these, I'd massively appreciate it. We've still got to get the wheel straps on. We're only taking it a couple of miles. I've got it balanced over the center wheels, and to be honest, it's riding more on one set than the other, again because of the height of the ball joint on the Land Rover. But she's up and she can now go and sit inside, and we can start cracking on with getting the rest of the work done on it. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's get those straps on and get out of here. Just as we were about to leave, my lovely little Fiat Panda 4x4 came back from its current hire. Now, in Dunoon, where I live, there is absolutely nowhere that you can hire a car from, and it's one of the reasons why I picked up that little Panda. We're definitely going to cover it in a few videos later on in the channel, and if you're a fan of the Panda 4x4 like I am, drop me a comment and let me know what your favourite thing is about it. Let's get back to the GT6. Now, one of the best things about living in a little seaside town like Dunoon is that nothing is really that far away. After a 3 or 4 minute drive, we were already at the new garage, which the GT6 is going to be calling home. Try to get that as close as possible so we can wheel it straight into the work area. So this is where I keep the Karmann gear, which I think we should go and say hello to. Get inside, get the old workshop unlocked. There's quite a few cars in here, not all mine. And yeah, then we can get the car in. Right, where's the light switch? There she is. A few things we're going to do with this, hopefully in the next couple of months. It's really weird, if anyone knows about Karmann gears, this one is a 73, so it's an IRS back end, but for some reason it is running King and Link pin on the front, which is not what this car should have, to the point where the beam is a different bolt pattern for an older model Karmann compared to this. So yeah, we're gonna have to get the fuel tank out at some point, but engine replacement on the Mini, figuring out what's going on with that. Also, the GT6 has got to be finished. There's a new gearbox going in one of the Land Rovers currently. So yeah, jobs are stacking up. And we've also got to get ready for a certain TV show, which is starting season 3 very soon. So we've got 6 Land Rovers to prep for that. Yeah, if any of that sounds of interest, definitely let me know what you want to see more of. Yeah, let's go get this GT6 in. So Bard just called me and reminded me the Panda is parked in front of a car, which she's not too happy about. So I'll get this done super quickly. Now, I'm sure this is going to divide the pack, but for me, I would like to do a bit more of a resto mod on this car. I'm thinking change the starts a little bit, maybe drop it, widen it, and maybe even work with that 3D printer I've got to make some new parts. Let me know what you think. So if you're wondering why I have a bit of a car fetish, it's kind of started getting, I loved cars when I was a kid. My dad always bought and sold cars, but we never really had enough of a relationship for him to kind of show me what he'd do on them. And then I only passed my driver's license when I was 33, which is nuts. And I guess I kind of knew I'd always be into my classics. I think we kind of always collect what our dads drove or lusted after, or what we couldn't have as kids. And yeah, I'd say GT6 is definitely on that list of cars I didn't realise I wanted as a kid. Right, we'll leave that. That'll do for now.